Hey guys, Ender here, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be talking about, is Battlefield 2042's mouse input finally fixed? Because I said I would make a video about this. As we all know, Update 3.2 had two separate mouse input changes, and I was going to make a video basically telling you guys whether or not I think it did anything, if the mouse input is actually fixed, and just my general thoughts. I will also be going over some interesting things relating to the ADS nerfs with drum magazines and extended magazines, and I'll be going over a new Battlefield 2042 config file. This is going to be for PC players only, but this config file does increase performance, and it can make the game feel slightly better. So we'll be going over all of that in this video, and I want to mention one thing up front. For channel subscribers and just regular viewers of the channel, I'm going to be posting shorts, I think, every single day. That means on days where videos typically wouldn't be going up, there's going to be a short. And on days where there's long format content, like this video you're watching right now, there will be a short posted hours later in the day, probably about noon EST is when I'll make those go live on days with long format content. I'm not going to spam people with it. I'm not going to upload like 5-10 shorts a day. I'm going to keep it to, I think, one. And with that, let's just get right into the video. Enjoy the video, hit the like button, and of course subscribe to the channel. Getting very, very close to 40,000 subs. And let's just talk about the mouse input. So I do think that the mouse input is the best it's ever been in Battlefield 2042. With that being said, it's definitely not 100% fixed yet. There's still that wonky feeling that's almost indescribable. But I do have to say, it feels better than it did before Update 3.2, at least in my experience. It took me a few days to really understand if I felt it was better or not. But the thing that confirmed it was better or not for me is I just finished playing in a tournament for a different game called Gundam Evolution, then I switched over to Battlefield 2042. Typically, if I switched over from that game to Battlefield 2042, I would immediately notice the terrible mouse feeling in Battlefield 2042. With that being said, when I switched over from Gundam Evolution to play Battlefield this time, I noticed that it wasn't as bad as I would typically feel it. And I just noticed that I'm generally hitting shots that maybe I would miss, particularly those close quarters, weird like AD fights. I think it's a little more comfortable there. And I generally find it to be a little more responsive. At first, particularly during the first hours of Update 3.2 being out, people were telling me, oh, you know, the mouse input feels so much better, but I was skeptical. You know, I wanted to hold off my judgment for a while. And today I feel like I'm in a good place to actually confidently say that it is better, but it's not 100% there. And keep in mind, there are still recoil bugs in the game that have not been fixed. But moving on to a different topic entirely that also pertains to gameplay, let's talk about the aim down sight speed nerf regarding drum magazines and extended magazines. I find this absolutely hilarious. This change came in Update 3.2. Before the change even hit the live game, people were protesting it, saying, oh, we don't want this, we don't want this. Then, come to find out, the weapon designer that actually wanted this change wasn't even sure if it was the right direction to actually take, but they took it anyway. And then days after implementing these changes, they're now planning to revert these changes. Now, while I am happy that these changes are being reverted, I can't help but notice that DICE kind of just made it a lot harder for themselves. Like, maybe if you spent more than 10 minutes thinking about a good way to nerf drum magazines or extended mags, you wouldn't have to do all this backtracking and make your community annoyed with a specific change. You could have just, like, put maybe 4 brain cells of effort into, I don't know, maybe increasing reload times a little more if you felt that drum magazines were being used disproportionately to regular magazines. But hey, you know, what do I know? I only play the game every day at an extremely high level, so, yeah, I'm probably just a worthless opinion. And on to the last thing about this video. A friend of mine named Heeb, who is a well-known Battlefield 4 player. If you watch my streams, you'll notice that he is the guy that kind of comes in and flies me around in the Super Hind anytime we're messing around with that. But Heeb actually noticed that, for whatever reason, in Update 3.2, the config file appears to be functioning for the first time in Battlefield 2042. And again, this is for PC players only. It doesn't give any sort of unfair advantages or anything like that. It's just a performance boost. Think of it as turning off graphics options that you can't turn off in the options menu. So you're disabling like anti-aliasing or something like that, just to get some more FPS. These config files now work with Battlefield 2042, and I'll link it in the description down below. all you have to do is put this config file in the folder that your Battlefield 2042 game exists in. I'll put a screenshot up on the screen. You should see, you know, bf2042.exe, bf2042_launcher.exe, and, you know, dbdata, DLL, all this sort of stuff. All you have to do is just make sure it's called user.config. Once again, I'll put it in the description. You should just be able to download it and just drag it in here. But that's all you have to do. Don't have to do anything else. Just drag it in there. It works. You don't have to do any sort of console commands. And you should see a small performance increase. I gained about 10 or 15 FPS. And at least for my computer, this config file has not made me crash a single time. So I don't think that the config will actually make anyone crash here. If you are crashing, if you're using the config file after this video, I recommend just maybe not using it. I don't know, maybe it interacts differently with some computers. But yeah, other than that, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Follow your boy on Twitter, link in the description. Join the Discord, and I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. So, shorts being posted to the channel now. We're in the tournament finals today, actually. If you're watching this on the day this video goes up, I might be streaming that right now. It's for a game called Gundam Evolution. We're going for the three-peat, which means this tournament, if we win it, will be the third tournament that we won for this game in a row, which would be pretty awesome. And the big $20,000 tournament is going to be in March. We're absolutely qualified for that. So I'm very excited to play for another chunk of change, and I hope you guys will enjoy that. So I'll see you guys later. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the mouse input and the config file. I've had my viewers test it, so I'm confident that it does give a performance boost. But again, just let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys later.
Tango down, not moving.